morning, people. I just landed in your town.
Oh my goodness. Welcome back to the podcast that eats corn the long way. Hashtag just saying. And while you butter up your cob, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I was reading this thing. I'm not lying. I was reading this thing the other day, and it was like weird insults to people. And somebody was like, you look like you eat your corn the long way. I was like, that's a weird thing.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm putting that in the show. That's a weird thing to say. But you can watch the first 40 on the YouTubes, listen where streaming things are streamed. Guess what?
What?
We're on TikTok now. What? That's the wrong button, but it works anyway.
All right.
I wanted this one. But now it's fine now. You can watch us at hashtag just saying.
All right.
How simple is that? And
it's free.
It is free until we can figure out how to charge you. And we did a quick little intro video.
Yes.
There's a couple up there, clips from the show. We'll try to post up
behind the scenes.
Try to post up fun little things for you guys, so that you can make us TikTok famous.
Support us. Like last week, you supported us really good.
Oh my goodness!
How many views we have last week,
Tara?
I
was going to ask you the same thing, Joe. I want to know why the image looks like we're going downhill. And it's
I noticed that earlier.
Yeah, it's odd.
It looks slanted.
It does look slanted.
I think it's the camera. From my angle, the camera looks like it's like this. Like,
does it? It looks
tilted.
I'm looking at it, from a thing. I mean, it's fine. I just look very, very short. I'm not that short. It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
You know what? My chair broke, and I'm sitting on a little cardboard box. Sitting on my milk crate, doing my homework. 4,000.
Eating some pizza rolls.
4,700, I think.
4.7K.
Watches. I don't know why, but I'll take it.
Thank you.
I will take it. So, yeah. Now
Holy shit!
Exactly. John would say that. He would be with us. Holy shit.
So I was when I saw it.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you.
Yeah. So thank you.
Appreciate it.
Now,
We're back in the studio.
We are.
No longer on location.
We're home.
Yeah, we're home. We're back in the dungeon.
There we are.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, well, I was actually going to say...
Take the show on the road.
I was actually going to say, like, if the aways get more views, but now look what you've done. Look what you've done now. You have to hit the button.
I want to make it bigger.
It's like that.
Okay.
That's as big. That's as big as it can be. You can't. It's not like a phone. You can't. You can't pinch and grow. It's not a pinch and grow.
No.
I was gonna say, if you folks enjoy the on location stuff, but that shit costs money. I'm not doing that shit.
Pay us.
I know. I mean, if you have someplace,
send a check
you'll let us be for free.
P.O. Box.
That's fine. I'll sit somewhere for free.
That's right.
That's perfectly fine.
How's your week?
How was my week? Well, let me put it this way. I had my my review.
Oh no.
Yeah. My review for my work?
Yeah.
It actually wasn't that bad. But
getting a raise?
I made a tactical error this week at work, which resulted a tactical error.
Sounds like military.
Which resulted, and I can't. This is like lawyer shit. Like I can't even if I wanted to talk about it on the show, I can't talk about it.
It's like Fight Club.
There's paperwork. And I was telling because I had to reach out to somebody else within the company to help me fix this situation. And I was telling this person, I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry for
hand.
Yeah, a way up on the food chain. This was beyond my pay grade. And I was like, I'm really sorry. And I was like, I've never made such a monumental error before. And the woman's like, well, I don't know if it's monumental. And I said, any mistake that involves fucking paperwork is monumental. I do paperwork and file shit. I'm like, this isn't cool. So, of course, that came up in my review. Because it had happened on like Monday. And my review was like, what, Wednesday? So
We
I was
noticed you got an error here.
Yeah, they were like, "What?" And matter of fact, I wanted to get the jump on it, so I was like, "You know what? Since we're all together, not physically, but on the phone, let's talk about this." And I talked about it, and well, because the disappointing thing for me is that like I made the mistake.
Right.
I didn't realize it was a mistake until well after I made the mistake.
Yeah.
And then the big boss was like, what happened here? And I was like, ooh, I don't know. And
The boss
like,
knew.
yeah, it was like whenever, I don't know if it's everybody in the company or they just do it with me, but it's like every time I make a mistake, which to be fair isn't often, but I'm just a person.
Right.
I realize
You're only human.
Yeah, I realize I'm superstar status, but I'm really just...
You ain't no AI.
So, I know. So they were like, well, why did this? And I'm like, if I knew I was making a mistake in the moment I was making the mistake, I wouldn't have made the mistake. I was like,
That's a lot of mistakes.
But they like try to make me justify the mistake. And I'm like, I can't justify a mistake. If I knew it was a mistake, I wouldn't have made it. I don't know what you think I'm doing over here. Like, oh boy, I hope this puts a cog in the work. Like, I don't know. So...
This will get a strongly worded email.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got strongly worded emails from so many high-ups. And I'm like, ugh. This is not my day. So, But... the thing is that the person that I had to reach out to get the paperwork that I needed and all this other shit, she was so monumentally nice. And she was like, it's...
shit happens.
She's like, well, that was kind of... she didn't say that, but that was kind of the surmise of what she was saying. She's like, well, it happened and you did everything we needed you to do on your end. And, we'll just deal with it. And I felt badly because that kind of support should have come from within my department. But I didn't get that. Instead, I was getting like, what the hell? Da-da-da. So I was like, so while in my review, I decided, why not throw coal on the fire? And I was like, this person had reached out to me. And I said, and I got to tell you, I said, this is the timeline that happened. I realized that a mistake was made. I did some things on my end, and I even gave my boss, my direct supervisor, heads up. I was like, hey, I did this. Oopsie. And then I went to, oopsie, yeah. And then I went to lunch. By the time I came back from lunch, all hell had broken loose. And I had 6 emails, at least 6.
Damn.
3 of them from the same person wondering why I haven't answered yet. So I wrote back and I was like, I was at lunch. My bad.
How dare I eat?
Yeah. Well, how dare I nap? So when I was on the phone...
No nap for you.
So then it was like... my anxiety level when I went to lunch was at like 2. By the time I came back from lunch and started reading all this stuff, I was at like 15.
Holy shit.
And it was to the point that I was having an anxiety attack. And I'm like, this isn't good. And then I was sitting there and I was thinking like, I should log off. I should log off and go calm down. Because I'm upset and I'm angry and I'm angry with myself and I'm upset. And it's like, I'm not going to be productive. Like nothing productive is going to happen in this time frame.
Right.
So I was explaining that to the boss, and I said,
Take a step back.
exactly. And I said, I don't function that way. I was like, and I don't know a lot of people who can. I said, it was really nice that this other person outside of you guys, was like, hey, you know what? This is fine. Like this, I mean, it's not great, but it's not something that you'll live.
You're not going to get fired.
I don't, well, that remains to be seen.
But did you die? Nobody
Yeah.
died.
In my review, so I had told that story I just told you all. And then I said, that I had gotten support. And then this person was like, well, why didn't you call, one of us? And I was like, call you? Because you're in my emails going, what the hell? I was like, that's not somebody I want to talk to in person. I want to avoid you.
Yes.
I want to avoid this whole situation. So basically, she said that I wanted to make sure I got it in your review for this quarter so that it wouldn't be in your. I don't know. She's like, so it wouldn't be in your next review, and I'm like, what difference does it make, really?
Deal with it now.
Yeah, that's.
Get it over
I mean,
with.
I guess. So then she was like, we'll. And I don't know her exact verbiage, but it was basically like, let's see how the way upper management decides to handle this. And I was like, wait, what? I was under the impression it was taken care of. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, now what? Because
Objection.
yeah. I'm just on the phone like, oh boy. And then at the end of the conversation, she's like, so you're getting a raise. And I was like, are you sure?
What?
I was like, because
Perfect one, Joe.
I was like, I don't know. It sounds like sounds like my days might be numbered, but I don't know.
I forgot that one was on there.
So I was like, whatever. Yeah.
Crisis averted.
Well, not really, but
You got a raise.
it's
Yeah, I'm
well,
still getting that.
They're going to fire you if they just give you a raise.
well,
We just gave you a raise, now we're going to fire you.
well, I don't know. I don't know really what's gonna happen. I mean, I did everything. I mean, I was as proactive about the situation as I could be. So
Okay.
that's that.
Nice.
Not really, but it's okay.
Not so nice.
It's not so nice, but that's part of it, I guess.
Yeah. Adulting.
Yeah, it
Don't you
sucks,
love
doesn't
it?
it?
I need an adult.
God, what happened? I
Sean?
need an adult.
What you got?
Nothing really happened. My life's dull.
Sean, kill me. Kill me, Smalls.
What day is today, Sean?
Thanksgiving. Nope. Friday the 13th.
Yes.
We tell you behind us, too.
Yes.
The most unlucky day of the year?
Did they? Well, you know what, Joe? We have a thing about that later.
All right. Stay tuned.
I'm going to breadcrumb people all the way to it. I can't give you the I practically am getting fired sermon and then give you triskadectophobia.
All right.
Can't do it. So what about you?
Question. I have a
Gosh
question.
darn it.
Are pumpkins vegetables or fruits?
Fruit.
Fruit. Really?
Fruit.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you for answering my question.
Because it
Oh, I'll
has a
take care of that.
seed. They have seeds.
Oh, okay.
There we
Yes,
go.
yes, minnow.
Yeah, but doesn't like a potato have a seed to grow? How does
No.
a potato grow?
the ground.
Well,
Yeah, what makes it grow?
a spud.
Spuds. Spuds make any sense?
Mashed. You put mashed potatoes in the ground.
Ah.
And then
Put
they
some
all-
gravy on it. And
Put some gravy on
it
it.
grows into a tree.
Yeah. I mean, I'm under the impression that they are. Now I feel like I've given you wrong
I
information.
hope not.
But my dad's probably yelling at the TV.
Hi, Dad.
A pumpkin is in fact a fruit.
All right.
Scientifically speaking, a pumpkin is a fruit simply because anything that starts from a flower is botanically a fruit. I thought it was seeds,
We're learning.
but
We learn on this show.
botanically,
Yes, we do.
pumpkin fruits are a type of berry known as a peppo.
Pepe.
A peppo.
Well,
I thought a pumpkin was like a gourd.
I don't know what it is.
Pumpkins are squash and also gourds, and also a fruit. Wow, the versatile pumpkin. Pumpkins are versatile. Do you like pumpkin pie?
I do.
Yes.
Do you? Oh, God. Well,
Pretty
I
good.
don't like
This-
too much pumpkin, but I like pumpkin pie.
I don't like pumpkin.
What's the one that's like
I like
similar
it
to
Thanksgiving.
pumpkin pie?
The one that's similar to pumpkin
Yeah,
pie?
They're like custard. No, what's it?
I don't think
Oh.
custard is similar to pumpkin pie.
Something. Sweet potato.
Sweet potato is the same color.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
maybe. I don't know. Possibly.
Maybe. Why not?
Who names these things?
Why not?
That's a pumpkin.
I
That's an apple. Okay.
I don't know.
This is my ass.
I'm not sure where they come from. So, did you watch the last couple of episodes of that Murdaugh?
I watched all three of them.
thing? Oh, yes.
Watched the
He
whole season.
binged.
Good for you.
Murdaugh Murders on Netflix.
Oh, God.
Based on a true story.
I mean, I was certain he did it before the last 3 or 4 episodes, but it just seals the deal.
As soon as that audio of his... As soon as I heard his voice in that video,
Yep.
guilty.
Oh, yeah. He was guilty before.
I don't have to ruin it. It's already happened.
Oh, you should go watch it. It's great.
Spoiler.
Alex Murdaugh.
Yeah. Oh, boy. I watched my viewing this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, boy.
What'd you
I know. Did you start Loki?
I did.
I don't want to.
I
Yeah?
saw one episode so far.
One episode. Oh, aren't they dropping it weekly?
They are. I didn't see this
Okay.
one this week's yet.
Okay.
I'm behind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's good though. I liked it.
I mean,
I know you don't like Owen Wilson, but
I
he's
don't.
he's like the main guy. Him
So
and
dull.
Tom Hiddleston. So
He is.
I never liked him.
They could get a cardboard cutout of Owen Wilson, and it would be better than the real Owen Wilson.
Yes.
Give that thing an Emmy.
Maybe be quiet.
Jesus. Yes.
and they brought back Jonathan Majors.
Did they?
Yep.
Mm. Well, there's a lot of
Even though he's got legal trouble.
Well, there's a lot of talk of like things on the legal side might have been a little bit fabricated. So
Right.
that's not for me to say. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Speaking of allegedly, Jason Momoa.
Uh-oh. I think I know where
Do
you're going.
you know where I'm going with this?
I might.
On the set of Aquaman, he would dress up as Johnny Depp just to mess with Amber Heard.
That is not where I thought you were going. That is not.
Which is
where
pretty
you-
fucked up because she's like in court with, has to go to court with him and like he's like,
Right there.
yeah.
I heard he was showing up drunk. That's what I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he'd show up hammered.
I didn't know that.
I'd try that, but there'd probably be a lot more paperwork in my future.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
No, like you like just to mess with her, he'd like dress up as Johnny and I'm like, dude, that's fucked up. They're like in a legal bout and one.
That is mean.
Really?
What?
I'm reading his notes.
Oh yeah,
He's pausing your notes.
Really?
it's true.
Ooh, glitch.
Really?
Oh.
Video glitch.
Sean is reading my notes. Ric Flair wants one more match in WWE.
Why?
I don't
He
know.
might die.
Like who's he gonna fight?
Speaking of,
There's no one left to fight.
not speaking of Ric Flair, but, okay, first of all, he does that, he's breaking a hip.
It's true.
He's not coming out of that match. How old is he?
I have no idea.
Too old.
Hey, Siri. Talk to me. How old is Ric Flair?
Ric Flair is 74 years old.
74, this man is. I'm done talking to you now. 74.
His daughter is a wrestler now.
Dude, he's 74.
I know.
He's going to shatter everything.
In a way, I'm not too surprised because today I watched a clip
Yeah.
on YouTube of a recent Raw.
Okay.
I think it's Raw. It's either Raw or the NXT thing that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H came out, and then Shawn Michaels came out afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking. The next pay-per-view that's coming up, they are having a match with Undertaker and Kane. It's
The Brothers of Destruction.
Yep, and that's how they referred to him.
Wow. Okay.
And DX is reunited again.
There was I didn't click on the article because I didn't care enough. But it was something that, the Triple H had said something about, like, Undertaker, like, finally figuring out his place. And I'm like, the dude's been
His
doing
place
it.
is at home.
Dude's been doing it for 40 years.
I thought
He hasn't figured it out yet.
he just retired
He did.
again.
Maybe that's his place.
And Kane is like the governor or mayor of Knoxville.
Tennessee.
Yeah, he's the mayor.
Last time I saw him, he had a good gut going there. So
Maybe,
Well, he's mayor. He
maybe he's
probably
up
get-
for re-election. He's like, if I win this match, I'll get reelected.
He's mayor. He probably gets free food wherever he goes.
Yeah.
he's gonna come down the ramp with a sign: "Vote Kane."
So, speaking of...
Glenn Jacobs.
That's his name, yes. On topic, but not exactly on topic.
Oh.
Did you hear that The Rock, and I mean, he's always doing something.
Dwayne.
Oprah.
But did you hear about that? The Rock Oprah kerfuffle?
No, I didn't.
Holy shoot. Oh, where's John? John's got to come in and be like, oh,
Homer,
baby.
explain how.
Holy shit!
There you go.
Explain how.
The
Yeah.
tragedy in Hawaii, right? What was that? The floods or something?
Hawaii, that was-
Whatever happened in Hawaii or something. It was around Maui.
Okay. Like a hurricane or something?
Yeah, some disaster happened over there. Well, The Rock and Oprah decided, well, we're gonna try to do some kind of relief fund.
We got money.
Now,
Let's team up.
when you have people who are like multi-millionaires asking people who are not for money, that kind of gets in people's craw.
Yeah.
Crawl.
It's stuck in their craw.
Get out of my crawl.
So people were pissed, and Oprah doubled down, and she went on a podcast, and she was like, well, it's people's problem if they were offended by me asking for money for this, right? Now
you get relief. You get relief.
Yeah, well, The Rock decided to go another way with it,
Yeah.
and he made an apology video,
Did he?
and he was like, you know
On
what?
TikTok?
I'm sure he was probably on TikTok. I don't know.
He's on Twitter.
Well, as a matter of fact, I saw it because there is a lady I follow on TikTok, and she's from Boston. Hi. And she does, if she's watching,
All
and
right.
she does PR, public relations for celebrities, right? And she is fucking 10 steps ahead of all this shit. Like, the Travis Kelce thing, like, she was
Trailer
like,
Swift.
boom.
Trailer Swift.
So for the Rock apology video, she showed a clip of the video, and then she reviewed it. Like, she said everything that he did correctly and what he did wrong as far as a PR thing.
Okay.
And one of the big things that she has is, like, when a celebrity doesn't try to own it, like they try to push it back, like the Ashton Kutcher Mila thing, when they came out and they were basically like defending their letter about Danny Masterson.
Right.
And I mean, Ashton faked being sorry, and the other Mila was just like, I'm pissed off. I'm just even in this video. And like, she broke that down, and she's like, this is not how you do a proper apology video. So, I mean, for The Rocks, she was like, he hit all the points and he did everything perfectly, because he was basically like, I came from no money. My production company's called $7. It was all I had. He's like, we lived paycheck to paycheck. I get it. And I looked like a real asshole coming out and asking people who live paycheck to paycheck about this. And he's like, and I am sorry. And it's a learning moment for me.
Right.
and I'll try to do better. And she was like, "Woo-hoo." And he nailed it. People were happy with him again, so it worked.
Right.
And
He's like, they fell for
I
it.
thought it was really funny because Oprah doubled down and she's like, "Meh, I'm not saying nothing." And I was like, damn, her PR girl needs to kick
So
it in
wiggle
gear.
some food in front of her, and maybe she'll change her mind.
Who's her assistant there?
Oh, you talking about Gail?
Gail. Gail, I need help.
Not too surprising though about The Rock. He spent a good portion of his life doing promos.
Yeah, so you figure he'd
With all
get
the
it.
promos he did in wrestling.
It doesn't matter.
He knows how to lay one down.
He was wearing glasses. And the PR lady was like, wow, he's got his apology glasses on.
I look professional.
Yeah. Like, I'm not messing around. Look at my glasses.
I am reading this. My lawyer said I have to read this.
My lawyer said to put glasses on. Because people with glasses. I have no way to finish that sentence. Just people with glasses.
All right.
I guess.
Well then. I have a local story.
Do you?
2 12-year-olds were
Uh-oh. I hate it
arrested in East Bridgewater for vandalizing a church.
Oh, the St. John's Church.
I'm like, dude, like, really? Why would you do that?
Oh, I was baptized in that church.
Like, why would you vandalize a church?
He had nothing else to do.
You're you're definitely going to hell.
That is a very old church. And as a matter of fact,
We're redecorating
if-
it.
if we're talking East Bridgewater history, as we were last week, watch that video.
For the rest of the 4,000 people.
That church is actually the second St. John's because the first one burned down,
Oh, shit.
I believe. And then they built this one.
Yeah, but how do you charge a 12-year-old? You can charge the parents, right?
Arson.
Well, what did they do?
They vandalized
They
the
just
church.
vandalized?
Yeah. Or
Spray
like
paint?
spray paint or something. I don't know the exact details.
Well, if there's a monetary punishment, it would have to go to the parents, and then they'd probably just be like,
Juvie.
well,
I gotta work overtime because my
don't know.
freaking kid fucking...
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a horrible thing to do.
I don't know what possesses them to do it.
Bored.
There's a TikTok
I don't
there,
know.
vandalizer.
Yeah. I would really. Social media trends and people who do shit for like internet clout is just ridiculous.
Stand there and do a stupid dance.
Speaking of which, watch us on TikTok.
Shameless plug.
Hey, I'm down with hypocrisy. Yeah.
All right. You know Ronaldo, the famous
What?
soccer player,
Oh.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm
I know
pronouncing
it
right.
now.
If I mispronounce it, I apologize. Anyways, he is being charged with adultery in Iran.
Ooh.
But if you see the video of what they're calling adultery in Iran,
Yeah.
it's not adultery. He's at the end of after a game, a fan came up to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I made a painting of you
Uh-huh.
and give it to you as a gift." Oh, thank you so much. And he hugged the person, took pictures with him, gave an autograph, and that's adultery in Iran.
Well, Iran.
And the punishment,
Yeah.
99 lashes.
Ooh.
Isn't
Your
it like a
butt's
whip, right?
gonna be on fire.
If he wants to come back to the
Ooh.
country, like he wants to come back to Iran, he has to take 99 lashes for his adultery.
I mean it sucks.
Charges.
It sucks, but if that's the culture and the rule of the country, there's really not much you can do.
Right, but like, I don't mean.
I
guess if you're a married man, you can't have any contact with a woman in Iran. Like if you go up to a woman and shake her hand, that's adultery.
Well, I
in
mean,
that country.
we could do a whole episode on
I don't wanna do
what's illegal. I mean, you could like do in Dubai, like alcohol is illegal.
Really?
You can't smoke. Men and women after a certain time can't be in the same room together. Like, yeah, it's a whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
Might be a good thing in certain times. I can't be in the room with her. Good. What time is it?
So you
Get
gotta
out.
take 99 lashes.
listen, it's after sundown. If you don't want your lashes, you better get out of this room. Try that.
We have 100 lift balloons.
I
99.
I didn't want to tell this story because it doesn't bode well
Bode.
for the parties involved. But I'm going to simply as a tale of caution
Yeah.
because I got, and I will share these stats with you after the show.
All right.
But I got the demographic, and we have a strong 25 to 34 fan base. So
Hi.
let's help you for a moment.
All right.
We're
giving back to the community.
Yes, I'm gonna try.
Community service.
So I am married. I have been married to my husband for I think almost 12 years. He probably knows more than I do.
12 years, 3 months.
We are both
To
doing.
the second.
Well, it's gonna go south pretty quickly. So we're both doing this weight loss thing. So my sister had texted me and I said, "How you doing on the weight loss thing?" So I sent her a picture from May, beside a picture from that day. I took a selfie, like a nerd, and I sent it to her. And I said, "Here you go." And she goes, "Oh yeah, okay." She's like, "Good for you." So my evening progressed, and Jay had gone to walk the dog. He came home, and we were just chatting. And I said Kelly wanted to see my progress, and so I showed him the side by side thing, and he goes, "Oh yeah," and he could have left it at, "Yeah, great." He could have said anything but what he said.
Oh.
He said to the picture on the left, which was the before picture, he goes, "Yeah, you can tell you look puffy in that one." And I went, "Excuse me?" And he goes, "Puffy." And I went, "What the fuck does puffy mean?"
Well,
And he goes, and now he's realized that he has made a tactical error.
like,
And he goes,
Daisy, I gotta go.
yeah. And he's just like,
Gee, look at the time.
you look fantastic, and I love you. And I was like, yeah, sure you do.
Especially
Sure
when
you
you're not so
do.
puffy.
Right.
Who's puffy now? Punk.
Sean Combs.
Punk. I know.
He's puffy.
I was like, puffy, huh?
Didn't he change his name again?
Who?
Puff
Diddy,
Daddy.
right?
Puff Daddy.
I don't know.
I think it's just Diddy now.
Puff,
You know what?
Puff Daddy. P. Diddy.
I feel bad for his postal worker. That poor mailman.
Who are you this week?
I mean, listen, just tell me where to direct your damn mail. At this point, he's probably just looking for anything with Diddy or P. Dids or whatever.
Well, he's a father. They call him P. Daddy.
P. Diggity or P. Daddy.
All
Just-
right.
Puffy.
Puffy.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So I met my boss's son last week.
okay.
Guess what his name is?
Puffy.
Diddy.
Chosen.
Chosen.
Ooh. Karate
Chosen.
Kid too.
Like the Chosen one.
Okay.
He named his kid Chosen.
Interesting
That's good. You got
choice.
some balls naming your kid Chosen.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, like, you better grow up to be something good. Otherwise, like, that's my son Chosen. He's a lawyer.
My son
He's
Chosen.
a garbage man. His name's Chosen.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a garbage man.
I know. But, like, with a name like that, you're like, okay, he's going to be, like, famous.
Get him into karate and martial arts to be like the Karate Kid too.
Okay.
The Chosen one.
Here's what I don't want to hear.
I don't.
Is laying.
Here's what I don't.
Here's what I don't want to hear is laying in the hospital and hearing Dr. Chosen to the 3rd floor, please. We have
I'm
an
the chosen
emergency.
one.
I don't want to hear Dr. Chosen to room 213. No, thank you.
You're at a restaurant. Order for Chosen? Ooh, where is he?
People are just going to constantly believe he's making that up.
Nope, that's his real name.
He's in for a lifetime of having to show his ID.
Prove
Chosen,
it.
party of 4. Chosen, party of 4.
Here.
It's not an adverb. Chosen? Choice? Chosen? I think chosen's an adverb.
I don't know.
Because it's choose
That's his name. I'm like,
and then chosen.
okay.
I think so.
Past tense. Chose.
Isn't that old? It's like that old Dana Carvey joke. His name is Sting. He's not stung. He's Sting. You're a verb.
His real name's Gordon.
Yeah.
Like celebrities always have weird kid names,
Oh, they do.
and it's like, what? Where'd you get that name from?
A lot of people are making them up now.
They have these
They
weird
want-
ass names.
They want to be unique.
and then it's like
What's that? That's his name.
that. Believe it or not, that was a Fry and Laurie, Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry. They had a whole skit. He had like a pen, and he dropped the pen, and it made like a. And he's like, "That's my name." Yeah. And he's like, "How do you spell that?" He's like,
Like this.
STEV.
What's your name? Airplane. Oh, that's where I was conceived. The back of an air. The Mile High Club.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, damn.
What's your name? Smell that?
Wink. That's my name.
Wink.
There are some
What's the
people
most
with the name
bizarre
Wink.
name you've ever heard? You're like, that's not real. Like,
Oh man.
Chosen.
Chosen's up there. Oh, I don't know.
Biscuit. My name is Biscuit.
I don't know.
All right.
I'm unprepared for that because I see all kinds of names all day. Sean does too, I'm sure.
Restraining orders, yeah.
Well, I get them before they're a criminal, and you get them later.
I like one of the recent ones I had last week.
Yeah,
The plaintiff's name is Dat, D-A-T.
yeah.
Last name is H-O. It sounds made up, but that's what it was. Dat Ho.
Who took your money?
Dat Ho.
Like to file a criminal report against Datto. Jeez.
There's a movie that's coming out that I want to see that Martin Scorsese did with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Boom.
I've seen a lot of ads for that.
Something like with like The Killers of the Flower Moon.
I've never heard of that.
Looks really good. Like set back in like a long time ago, like down in the south,
In the
and like
past.
yeah,
It comes from a flower. It's a fruit.
it must be.
If it bloomed, it's a fruit.
He makes good movies, Martin Scorsese.
Well, he can. He can. He's done some clunkers. He's done some clunkers, but everybody has.
I saw the preview. I'm like, looks pretty good. I don't know if it's based on like true events or something, but
Yeah.
we'll make it a movie. It's true. We gotta make it a movie. They can make anything a movie.
They could. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Road Rage. That was wasn't called Road Rage, but it was with Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah.
You see
yeah.
that one?
But wait.
Well, I didn't see that one, but I know.
It's called
the film.
Unhinged.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
I watched this little mini series, a little bitty one,
So it's
What
mini.
was that?
and that was that pop up,
Oh.
which I hope goes away.
All right.
Yay!
Pop-ups.
Now, in the UK in the 60s, 70s, and he was very popular until about the 90s. There was a guy named Jimmy Savile.
Okay.
And there is a Netflix special about Jimmy Savile.
All right.
And he was beloved. He was the king before there was a king.
I thought that was Elvis.
Even he would he hung out with Elvis. He started out as a disc jockey. So he had all these musical artists who worked with him, and they loved him, and the whole country loved him.
All right.
And this guy behind the scenes was one of the worst pedophiles of the country.
Oh my God.
Yes. Didn't think I was going there, did you?
Ooh, that went
Yeah.
dark. That went dark.
But here's the thing. It was because he was so beloved, everybody felt like they couldn't come out and say, like, he did these things.
Gee, sounds like Gacy.
Yeah. It does kind of.
Can't
Yeah.
be true.
He was
I
so
mean-
big in his community for
Yeah.
everything
So
he did.
nice.
Like, nah, he couldn't have done that.
Yeah. And I mean, this guy worked with like Princess Di, and Prince Charles and Maggie Thatcher and all this stuff. And he volunteered at hospitals, the hospital wards and stuff like that. And that was also kind of how he grabbed his victims. He didn't kill anybody, but you know, it was really bad. When he died, he had all these people come forward, and then they went and trashed his grave because he had like this huge monument thing at his grave, and they trashed it, and they removed it, and so now he has an unmarked grave somewhere. They even exhumed his body and moved him somewhere else.
Holy shit.
He is such a touchy subject in that country that they don't really talk about it. But because of how bad he duped everybody. So there are like I was reading, because there's this British comedian I follow called Greg Davies, and Greg was even saying like every comedian will have like a Jimmy Savile impression, but no one will do it on stage, just because of how touchy a subject that is. Like nobody wants to touch it. There is a documentary on Netflix, which is pretty good.
What's it called?
Probably just Jimmy Savile.
No.
And so the BBC actually kind of enabled him, and they knew he was scummy, and they still gave him like work. He did this show called Top of the Pops, which was really, really popular. It was kind of like a like Dick Clark's like countdown, like music. Dick Clark's American Bandstand, that's what it was. And so they just let him continue to do this show, even though they heard all these stories. They were like, it's probably not true, and we're making money. So the BBC decided they produced this documentary. Not this documentary, this miniseries. And this comedic actor named Steve Coogan took on the role. And I've seen the documentary, and I've seen some Netflix footage. Not Netflix, YouTube footage of this guy. And Steve Coogan, like, he studied this shit. It was scary how close he was to this. Wow. Because, like, he sounded like him. He moved like him. He did, like, the mannerisms, like, the expression. I was watching it with Jay, and I went, holy shit. I was like, this guy, I said, it's like watching him.
Maybe he is possessed by the real
Who was that?
one.
Gary Busey said that. Gary Busey said that about Buddy Holly. When he did the Buddy Holly story, he said that Buddy Holly possessed him during the whole thing.
Damn.
Good.
So
it helped.
So I watched it. I watched it kind of online, wink, wink, and it's called The Reckoning. And if it ever comes to America, holy shit, watch it.
Like Eddie Murphy.
But the
Coming to America.
But the documentary is on Netflix. He even had a TV show, I think in the 80s, called Jim'll Fix It. And and what it was is that like people would write in for, you made a wish. Like if you said, oh, I want to be a postal.
Somebody say wish?
I wanted to be a postal worker for a day, and you write it, and Jim made that happen for you. He'd be like, he would get you a job at the post office for a day. Wow. And you got, at the end of your wish, or whatever thing you wanted, you'd get a little medal, and it said, Jim fixed it for me.
Nice.
And people, like bashing the medals, like, you know, throwing them away and shit. It's like, ugh. Like, nobody wanted to be associated with this guy at all.
Wow. I never heard of him till today.
Well, oh.
Well, then.
'Tis Halloween. It's a scary story of a different nature.
We should turn the lights down.
Yeah.
Then you should have told it.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to be in the dock when I'm telling that story. Hang on one second.
All right. All right.
So, at this part of the show last week, we had no audio.
Right. We do now.
I hope.
And I had to stay up trying to sync audio and then fill in the gap from here to here.
That's right. And the rest was filled in by?
The rest was filled in by AI because I had no other way to do it.
Yes.
And
It's actually quite funny.
was it? Well, I was.
Joe says. Sean says.
I was aiming for amusing. I'll be happy with funny.
It's fun.
Because
You could have texted me. I'm sure I was still awake. I could have said over the phone for you to record.
Sean, say it quick. Have a good everything.
So we had a winner last week.
Did we?
We did. Congratulations to Carrie.
Oh, wait. There we go.
She guessed the Fast and the Furious, the very first one. The one that started it all.
Oh, dear. The one that's to blame. Yeah. That went out in the mail the other day. Because Joe was like, you sent that out? I was like, shit, I don't have stamps.
Next one.
I need tips.
Yeah.
So this week's code is worth 1 gift card at Dunkin' Donuts, and it's Sean's going to tell you.
No.
Ready, Sean?
Yep. You guys ready?
No. Yes.
All right. There's a name at the end. I'm changing that to you, so that it won't help give it away.
All right.
Everything you do aggravates me. You leave little notes on my pillow. I can't stand little notes on my pillow. Roll out cornflakes, F you. Took me 3 hours to figure out F you is you. What's that one?
All right. Comment below.
Okay. So don't forget, we are on the Tic Tac. Which I'm 100% calling it Tic Tac now.
Yeah.
We're on the Tic Tac, Instagram, Facebook. You can listen to the whole thing. We're streaming through the stream now
Tic Tac, take that.
at hashtag Just Saying. So, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Before I send it down the table, here's your fortune cookie of the week. A cardboard belt would be a waste of paper.
Have a great weekend.
Have a good everything. F you.
Triskaidectophobia.
Get a real name, people.